We waste a lot of time in meetings. According to Atlassian, employees spend an average of 31 hours of unproductive meetings each month. There's a price tag attached to that wasted time. $37 billion. That's billion with a B. That's the annual salary cost of unnecessary meetings for U.S. businesses. An estimated 15% of a business's time are spent in meetings. For managers, it's even worse. Middle managers spend more than a third of their time in meetings, while upper-level management spends a whopping 50% of their time in meetings. Keep in mind that people don't only waste time in the meeting itself, they waste time before the meeting by having additional meetings, preparing for the meeting, or commuting to the meeting. Harvard Business Review analyzed the ripple effect of a single weekly meeting at one corporation. The analysis determined that the meeting destroyed 300,000 person hours each year. 300,000! Let's assume each team member was paid an average of $25 an hour, which is pretty modest, considering that it was a meeting of senior level executives. This amounts to an expenditure of $7.5 million for a single weekly meeting. If I saw a $7.5 million line item in the budget for meeting, I would cancel that meeting as fast as I could get my hands on my calendar. The fundamental problem with time-wasting meetings is humans. Meetings involve humans. Humans have a remarkable proclivity to do their own thing, spend time on inessential activities, and just generally waste time. Is the wasted time good or is it bad? I would argue that in some cases, wasted time isn't actually such a bad thing, but when it comes to meetings, we may need some guardrails to prevent us from completely squandering valuable hours, annoying efficient people, and worse, frustrating clients and customers. What we need is a set of tactics that will keep us from wasting time in meetings. Number 1. Don't have the meeting to begin with. Before you schedule your meeting, ask a simple question. Do we need this meeting? We've always had it before does not necessitate a need. If that question doesn't eliminate the meeting right off the bat, then ask yourself a few more diagnostic questions. Will it help all the participants if we hold this meeting? Will it help our clients if we hold this meeting? Does this meeting serve the ultimate purpose of our business or organization? Will this meeting help the business to make or save more money? If possible, eliminate the meeting. Nobody's going to waste time during that meeting because there is no meeting. Remember, there are alternatives to meetings. There's the phone, there's text, there's email. You may have discussion features built into your project management software that can function in place of a meeting. TeamGantt, for instance, offers a discussion feature to avoid meetings altogether. Number 2, only invite the people that need to be there. If your meeting passes the first test, then it's time to subject it to another test. Before you send out meeting invites, ask, does each participant need to be there? If you're just starting out with this exercise, I recommend going through each name on the list to understand whether or not that person needs to attend. To make it even more specific, you can ask these questions. What will this person add to the discussion that we wouldn't have if he weren't there? What will this person learn or hear that she needs to hear in order to do her job more effectively? If you're ruthless with this technique, you may be surprised to find out how many people don't actually need to attend. As a side benefit, these people may be overjoyed. Number 3, create an explicit agenda. At the very basic level, every agenda should have 2 things. The first, purpose. Why are we having this meeting? And the second, outcome. What will we accomplish in this meeting? I recommend preparing a detailed agenda. Doing so keeps the meeting participants from wasting their collective time because you've spent focused time deciding what needs to be accomplished. Here are a few things to consider as you create a meeting agenda. Decide on a meeting leader. Decide who is talking and when. It's a waste of time when you invite participants and say, let's all talk about, or we'll go around the table. Obviously you want to be open to dialogue, but you should have each single person in mind for each agenda item. Avoid discussing or brainstorming. Instead, decide. How long will it be? Limit the meeting to 15 minutes. As John Mariotti wrote, in a 15-minute meeting, there's no time for pontification, filibusters, or storytelling. Write down action items during the meeting. Assign each action at the conclusion of the meeting. And avoid scheduling follow-up meetings. During meetings, you might have to put your strict manager hat on. If the discussion is devolving into a waste of time, a simple comment like, Let's try and stick to the agenda we've prepared can help the meeting get back on track. Number 4. Meet in person or on a video call. According to research from Fuse, people are less likely to multitask while on a video call as opposed to the infamous conference call. If you have the option, hold your meetings as a video call. Obviously, if you have a physical office and all the meeting participants are available, then an in-person meeting works just as well. Number 5. Be clear. We often waste time in meetings because of simple communication breakdown. The good news about communication challenges is that you, as the moderator, can help to overcome them. This process begins with the meeting agenda, and it's aided by your input along the way. This is what I mean by be clear. You as the leader need to be clear with your participants about how to improve their communication within the meeting. Here are some situations and phrases that can help out. When someone keeps on talking, say, "Thanks for making the point. Was there something else that's necessary to add?" When someone's being vague, say, "I'm sorry, but I don't think we're understanding your point. Can you boil it down to a single sentence?" When someone's going off topic, say, "We need to stick to the agenda." When someone's interrupting or speaking out of turn, you could say, "Thanks, but right now we need to give Andrew the floor." When preliminary small talk needs to stop, you can say, "Okay, we only have 15 minutes, so let's get started." When people are dozing off or clearly playing Candy Crush on their phones under the table, you can say, "This is a short meeting. We have some important things to talk about right now, so let's try and focus." Phrases like this can seem tension-inducing or even borderline rude. As long as you have a culture of expectation that meetings are for focused productivity, then team members will understand why you're insisting on their cooperation. Jessica Price Jones, an expert on productive meetings, told Business Insider, "You've got to have a little bit of tension in meetings because that's where the real value is added." Efficient meetings are a remarkable thing. Generally, people come away from such meetings feeling determined, capable, and driven to do the next great thing. The net impact of efficient meetings can be hundreds of thousands of dollars in saved money, happy employees, and higher quality of work. If you can work to develop more efficient meetings, the entire business wins. If you like this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.